Well, good morning, everybody. Jeff Slakey and Spencer Hughes here on the Daybreak Show as we get ready to find out what's going on with the Port of Shelton during today's Port of Call. Dick Taylor and Wendy Smith, hello.
Good morning.
We're getting ready for 2021, so I know there's budget talks, but first let's look back at a little bit of the year. The runway project's all done.
Yep,
It is.
finished.
Officially, yeah.
Okay.
So it completed officially a month ago, but they had to come back and do the last of the painting. And so they came back last Friday, as you know, it was gorgeous weather, perfect. So they came back out and just closed it down for the one day, and now we're good to go.
That's
so,
great.
Yeah,
That's
it's really great.
Super project.
And it's been a long,
3+
long
million.
time.
Yeah.
It has been a long time, just because, as you know, last year we kind of got delayed, and so it's kind of drug out longer than we anticipated. But it was a good project, really good. Engineering firm's great. The contractors were all just right on top of things and really good to work with, and it provided a lot of jobs.
Sure.
So
Yeah.
it's excellent.
So now this is going to be good at the runways for another 30 years? or-
Should be. I mean,
yeah.
I think they say 20 to 25,
Okay.
so it should be quite a span.
Of course, depends on usage too.
Yeah.
That's right.
So if we
That's
get a huge traffic increase, but as far as we know, it's going to go another 25, 30
Great.
years. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
As we looked ahead to next year, I know the budget conversations are already having. What kind of impact have you guys noticed from the lack of events up at Port Property this year?
Well, yeah, and we just passed what would have been Oyster Fest
Yeah.
weekend, which was kind of,
That
it's
was
just
sad.
so,
Yeah.
it is a sad feeling. As far as impact, we really haven't. Our smaller car club groups have been able to, once things opened to phase 3, they were able to conduct business as normal. We filled some of the gaps with some further clubs that wanted in. So besides just, I'd say, the bigger, when you don't have an event like Oyster Fest, it doesn't impact us greatly because we're not officially, there doing any kind of business. We're just offering the site. But it is different. And so much so that we have been conducting a fall meeting of user groups every year. And the staff and I have just been talking about, what do we do this year? Do we do a meeting? Do we do a Zoom? Do we even have one? And mainly the reason is because most of the returning groups, they have their weekends picked. They like the first weekend in August or and so I just said, since we're kind of still up in the air and we still have a limitation of 10 to be able to, conduct a meeting, socially distanced, of course, let's just not do it. Let's just send out, are you still okay with the, first weekend in August or whatever it is, and just see how it goes. But it definitely has been different. So with that, we're not adjusting rates. Rates are staying the same because the user groups pay us a fee per day. So we're just leaving that. Same with hangar rates. They're staying the same this next year, and that's part of the budget. We just thought that was fair. We adjusted last year, and it just made sense to kind of leave things the same. So.
What else are the commissioners looking at for budgets this year or look aheads to next year?
Well, we're looking at capital projects. One of them's a 40,000 square foot building, which we will build and they will come.
Yeah.
Actually, there are people lined up to come into it already that want to be in a building like that already.
That size building? I know you guys have done
Well,
5,000 square foot.
it would be broken up.
Okay.
Or it could be.
Or it could be,
So it could be
But-
large, or it could be half, or it could be quarters.
Quarters,
or-
yeah.
Mhm.
That's exciting. It's
Yeah.
exciting
Oh,
news.
yeah.
Where's that going to be at?
Up behind Sims Vibration.
Okay.
That area.
And then any further development out Johns Prairie next year, maybe, or?
We do have a building currently out there that was part of an old mill structure, so it's a warehouse type building, but it's only part walled, as you've seen a lot of those buildings were. And so our own crew, forced labor, will probably sheet that in maybe this winter, and so that's kind of on the list as well. There's a little office building that could be used as training or an office. It has a bathroom, it has a little room, and it was used in the past as kind of like a little school building, for trainings, that kind of thing. So that's all usable property. We're going to start there. We do have some talk among current tenants of some future expansion possibly out there. So nothing on our schedule at this point to plan building a large building, but again, we get the Sanderson Field, that was really on our agenda for this year, and with COVID, it just didn't make sense.
Yeah.
nor not to mention it was
Yeah.
really hard to get appointments and do any engineering or permits or
Right.
Uh-huh.
so we're kind of backed everything up. But yeah, I think we'll concentrate on this year and then roll it over next year. So.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Dick Taylor and Wendy Smith from the Port of Shelton always got good news to share with the folks not only in the Port District but all throughout the county. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.